everyone has to wear a mask for COVID. Because if you don't, then you're a bad person who deserves to be shamed for wanting to live your life normally. This person actually does a lot of masking propaganda, so let's see why.
Why do you talk about masks all the time? Because the pandemic never ended. The government just removed emergency status and normalized sacrificing our most vulnerable.
You know, it's weird.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. What this crazy woman said.
Removed emergency status and normal about masks all the time. Because the pandemic never ended. The government just removed emergency status and normalized sacrificing our most
Is she delusional?
vulnerable.
You know, it's weird how they were able to drop the emergency status and everything seems fine. It's almost like the risk of dying from COVID was heavily exaggerated and manufactured by horrendous policy decisions and the censorship of doctors with effective treatments. So this person who, by the way, works from home and doesn't have to deal with masking for an 8-hour shift is suggesting that we go back to some of the lockdown policies of a couple years ago that crashed the economy, threw a bunch of people into poverty, and damaged everyone's mental health. All for a disease that's basically killing nobody these days. At some point, you have to do a cost versus...
The total COVID-19 deaths reported to WHO, World Health Organization weekly. Well, let me check. Let me fact check. COVID-19. COVID-19 deaths. All right. Bro, like, nobody is dying from it anymore. Why is this delusional woman saying that we need masks, bro? Look at the statistics. Alright! I forgot they're allergic to statistics. Right.
And if you get the short end of the stick on that,
Sorry,
then
guys,
you
sorry.
do what you can to protect yourself. But this whole masking 5 years after the lockdown started is not an uncommon belief, actually. I've seen a lot of people promoting it.
Oh, I'm COVID safe. If you guys aren't masking, I'm not going to be around you.
You should go out
Good.
more. It better be free. If I'm going out, it has to be free. And
When you're entering your hermit era because there can be no connection to justice, wake up. Wake me up when the system is wrong.
it's
Safe. If you guys aren't masking, I'm not going to be around you.
you should go out more. It better be free. If I'm going out, it has to be free. And there needs to be barely anyone in sight because, yeah, COVID and people aren't masking.
For context,
You're a woman!
If I'm going out,
You're a woman with a beard. You don't know anything about social life, bro. Nothing, bro. You have 3 earrings, you have...
it has to be free.
Bro, if I have a huge ass magnet, I would pull you to the magnet of how much iron you have on your skin, bro.
And
And you have beard. You're a woman, but you grow beard. What?
there needs to be barely anyone in sight because, yeah, COVID and people aren't masking.
You are the last person from what I would listen for advice. Last, bro. Last.
for context,
Or would be drunk.
both of those videos were filmed this year. Here's a whole page dedicated to masking propaganda with a comic that says, "Not masking is eugenics," followed by the caption talking about how the creator is mad that normal people on the left don't want to wear a mask every time they go outside. Are you just going to wear a mask forever? Yeah. I can only imagine the tyranny we would live under if this person got any political power.
Yeah,
But more importantly,
yeah,
everyone
facts.
is just tired of this type of person constantly playing victim and then using that to either tell everybody what to do or demand free shit. We're all tired of this, or fatigued as one might say. Because the ones who play the victim game are always the most sociopathic, self-centered, and awful people, so no one's being fooled by this fake compassion anymore.
Why don't just disabled people wear masks then? Some disabled and immunocompromised people cannot get vaccinated or wear a mask due to medical reasons, which is why it's crucial you should if you can.
This is an adult. This is an adult.
Immunocompromised people
Living in a child brain.
cannot get vaccinated or wear a mask due to medical reasons, which is why it's crucial you should if you can. Where should I mask then? Everywhere? You should mask anywhere you think disabled people deserve to exist in safety. P.S. That's every public place.
For the record, this person's claiming that she's disabled because she's slightly autistic. Now, for one, never getting sick is bad for your immune system and makes you more vulnerable. 2, being alive always carries risk, and nobody is masking every time they go outside forever in the extremely small chance they come across someone who has a compromised immune system and can't mask if they want to. Like, that's such a rare thing that realistically I think this person's just overly fearful of catching COVID and is saying, what about these marginalized communities, to pretend that she isn't being selfish. Because calling everybody murdering eugenicists if they don't cater to what you want is...
Please don't suddenly make this bill not deadly for any disabled folks. But it's a low effort action that actually saves lives.
It's kind of self-centered. Anyway, for those of you who didn't see the prior videos, this pink-haired person is Courtney, who is a 28-year-old asexual autistic person.
28 years old and acting like this. Damn. Thank God I live in Eastern Europe, bro. Thank God there aren't like these people, bro.
With low support needs, who also has ADHD. Did I get all those tags perfectly correct?
Bro, every other person has ADHD, bro. You're not special. She's 28, she's lonely, and she wants to be centered, and she wants to be special to other people, bro.
Wouldn't want to
What
be
the
called
fuck?
a bigot.
Oh my gosh, I had an autistic meltdown this weekend and went non-verbal.
Yo,
Actually,
Zaravis.
that would
How
be
are
a
you,
verbal
man?
shutdown. Huh? Because being non-speaking or non-verbal is the permanent state of using words and other forms besides voice. You don't experience that, and you don't have to co-opt someone else's language to describe that experience.
Right, the asshole is the person who made the honest mistake and not the one who is meticulously correcting everyone. Anyway, basically all of Courtney's content is centered around what level of the victim tier you're on, and she seems to revel in collecting various diagnoses like
Yes,
autism
I
and
got
ADHD,
you, man. Who are you?
so she can use that to claim that she is disabled and therefore oppressed, which really is just a personality trait that everyone finds annoying, because ultimately, the reason that they're playing the victim oppression game is to shield themselves from any criticism of their behavior, which brings us to a video that I made a little while back called Why the LGBT Movement is Failing, that included an entire 10 seconds of Courtney talking about some BS about being non-binary, and I basically responded with the same sentiment of this meme here, which is that once you see the bad haircut and the pink hair, you know this person's going to
Barber, what you want? I want everybody to know what I'm offended by everything. Barber, say no more.
be annoying and offended by
Exactly.
everything. And I
Exactly.
mean, was I wrong? Is the stereotype incorrect? Wow, is this what you look like without the pink anime character hair? Jeez, this is what 4 years of college will do to a...
What? That's her? Damn! I get some people. I get when you get older, you get glow up, but she got downfall. What the fuck? How can you do this to yourself? Bro, she's beautiful.
you look like without the pink anime character hair? Jeez, this is what 4 years of college will do to a person. Now, a normal person would see criticism like that and either ignore it or make a video response. But since Courtney has the maturity of a 7-year-old like Illymation, who also thought people should not be allowed to criticize her, she decided to fight dirty and file a copyright strike on my video on her to get it removed. I made this video here responding to that, where I pointed out that it's ridiculous that she's striking my video over a 10-second clip. I said that she's engaging in copyright abuse to silence people she doesn't like, and I ended that video by saying that I would be fighting the strike. Now we're all caught up to everything that's already been discussed on this channel. So to continue my point about my dislike of people who constantly play the victim card, allow me to use this next segment to point out how their demeanor completely shifts the minute they feel they have the opportunity to fight dirty and victimize the people they don't like. By the way, I love how much of this parallels the Illymation drama from last year, where she tried to, multiple times, get me deplatformed because I made a video criticizing her. Anyway, getting to the part where she continues to fight dirty, after I released the dedicated video on her talking about her abusing the copyright system, Courtney went onto her Instagram.
Bro, that's... If you criticize somebody and they copyright you, that means they can take... They can't take criticism. They don't. They live in their own imaginary world, They don't take any advice from other people. They're just narcissists. Narcissists. They're literally narcissists.
And said this. On today's episode of alt-right creators doing what they do best, stop. You know what's really funny? These people are so obsessed with making sure that everyone labels them properly, yet anytime they are faced with people who have differing opinions, they mislabel them as alt-right or Nazis. I'm not alt-right.
Yeah.
Alt-right is a bunch of white supremacists who want an ethno-state, and I have openly stated many times that I don't like racism or identity politics. So it's nice to see that Courtney believes she deserves a respect that she doesn't give to other people. Moving on, Think Before You Sleep posted a large anti-trans rant video. Stop again. It was not anti-trans. It was a video talking about how sociopathic the activists are, and how even LGBT people don't like the activist. I mean, if I can't say that it's wrong for Lily Tino to...
Bro, there are people in LGBTQ community that they hate these type of content creators. They hate them because they're bro, what's the word? Misview it. Like they lie. They trash their own community like this. Like they get into this community LGBTQ, right? And they post this shit, this narcissistic shit, self-imposed shit in internet, right? They saying everybody is wrong, everybody is far right. I know the truth. Believe me, bro. These guys, the biggest liars and biggest self-concentrated buttocks in the world. They shouldn't get any fame, bro. They're misrepresenting their own community, and they're just taking the community and just throw it in the fucking mud. Like, these people, they don't know what they're doing. They are just doing this to get views, clicks, and likes, bro, and that's all.
Dressed like Miss
It's
Rachel,
crazy.
and then advertise an OnlyFans account on the same page, then Courtney is basically saying that people can't criticize anything a gay person does or a trans person does. Think Before You Sleep posted a large anti-trans rant video and got mad when I got it removed for copyright because it illegally used my content, and they still don't know how copyright works. They? Are you misgendering me, Courtney? I am not a they, them. And last, here's the best.
She misgendered her, bro. Say sorry. Say sorry to him now. You misgender him. Say sorry, bro.
Best part. After complaining about cyberbullying, Courtney finishes by saying, "If you could thumbs down, report, or leave a good comment for me, I would appreciate it as I'm being spammed by their alt-right followers right now."
You know, there are two definitions, right? There is one definition, like two subjects, right? If you make a video, right, and you're talking about this girl who is not mentally stable, right? She's self-observing. She wants to be in the center of everything, right? And you don't say to go dislike her, go and bully her, right? You don't say this in video, but the people who are watching your video does it. That doesn't mean that you approve it. Now that if you post your story to go thumbs down, report, or leave a mean comment, okay? She's just saying leave a good comment so that she doesn't get in trouble. She meant leave a mean comment on his video. That is bullying. That is cyberbullying on internet.
And then she
And
leaves
it
a link
cannot
to my
be
video
allowed.
in the post, followed by a screenshot showing that she watched an ad. Thanks, Courtney. I appreciate your financial support. I also
Hey,
appreciate
good
how
one,
you're
man.
essentially crying about cyberbullying here, as you tell your 200,000 Instagram followers to go mass flag, dislike bomb, and harass a creator who is defending himself against you abusing the copyright system on YouTube.
Exactly,
How are you
bro.
the victim?
Exactly.
And keep in mind that the result of her post was that I received a shitload of negative comments from her followers, really leading by example by showing that you think that
Leave a good comment, she says, bro.
bullying
It's
is wrong.
crazy.
Again, I love how this all parallels the Alienation drama, where she essentially did the same thing. She complains about being harassed while at the same time tells her followers to harass me, cries to Noah Samson about it so he would tell his followers to harass me, and says thank you to and gives no pushback to a friend who said I should kill myself. And let me just mention that in both cases with Courtney and Illymation, I pretty explicitly told my followers to not comment on
You know, like these type of content creators who knows how to create content to react to, right? They this girl, right? The pink-haired girl, she doesn't know how to hold the truth. Like there was one quote. If you say a fact, a true fact to 10 scholars, and they will say, okay, you are right, because the scholars, they will go and search the fact if it's true or not. But if you say a fact to 10 idiots, 10 dumb idiots, they will still stay to their own opinion, because they're dumb. They don't know how to change their perspective or learn, bro.
their
It's
videos
crazy.
or harass them or engage with them in any way. So Courtney, level with me for a second. How is it okay for you to make multiple videos saying everyone who doesn't wear a mask everywhere in public is a bad person, followed by passive-aggressively wishing disability on those who refuse to mask? Like it's
And if that's not enough, for which it should, may I remind you that respect COVID infection are killing permanently select healthy people every day too, bro.
It's okay to
She's
criticize
dumb.
those
She's dumb.
people, but if I
She's
say
dumb.
I don't like pink hair, then you feel like you're morally justified in sending your audience to try to deplatform me. I mean, holy shit, these people are ridiculous, especially considering people like Illymation's good friend Noah Sampson, who's moved on to telling his followers to commit acts of terrorism. And wouldn't it be a damn shame if someone had an old deleted tweet from Illymation where she was encouraging terrorism in 2020? Wouldn't it be just
Protest, riot, do everything you must to make them hear you and make them listen. Okay, bro. Okay, she's a terrorist activist. She is. She is. You cannot say protest, riot, do everything you must do to make them hear you and make them listen. That's why you go peaceful protest, bro. If you go peaceful protest, then there are larger percentage that the government will listen to you. If you do riot or do a riot, the government just gonna call police and round you up and throw it in prison. There you go, your protest, bro.
horrible if someone pointed out that poor little Illymation, who was always the victim, was cheering for innocent people having the shit kicked out of them and their property being looted and destroyed? Wouldn't
That's
it be
crazy.
awful if someone had an archive of when Twitter likes were still public and had a post that she liked with a bunch of buildings on fire saying no justice, no peace? No wonder her and Noah get along. Both of them love terrorism. But I digress. You see, what Courtney has done here with this Instagram post is not only violate YouTube's cyberbullying policy, but she also violated Google's terms of service. Anyway, as I said in the earlier video, I will be fighting Courtney's abuse of the copyright system. The way that works is that you file a counterclaim, and the person who filed the strike has 10 business days to prove to YouTube that they filed a lawsuit or the video goes back up. Since Courtney was insistent that I had broken the law, and because she said she talked to someone at YouTube and they said it was copyright infringement, I hired a lawyer. Ethan Klein's lawyer, actually. And after I finished the initial consultation,
They're cooked. They cooked. I have seen Ethan, the latest drama of Ethan. I have seen its lawyer. His lawyer is crazy good, bro. Crazy good. Nice
and I
job.
just started
Good job, man.
laughing. Just so everyone's up to speed, any creative work that you make, like a song or a YouTube video, is by law instantly copyrighted so that people can't resell it or claim it's theirs, unless they want to get sued. However, there's an exception to copyright called fair use, which says that you can use people's copyrighted works for the sake of things like parody, education, or commentary, provided that your use of the work doesn't act as a replacement for it, and provided that your input on whatever you used creates some sort of transformative change that alters how people interpret it. This is what allows for doing things like a movie review and using clips from that movie without having to ask the company. So I'm arguing that my use of Courtney's content is fair use. Now, that would have to be held up in a court of law, but since I only used 10 seconds and I gave commentary that argued against what she was saying, it's almost certain that it would be ruled as fair use. But that's not why I thought this whole thing was funny after talking to a lawyer. Now, I'm going to be brief on these specific reasons for why Courtney is screwed because I'm not trying to educate my opponent. That would be a stupid move.
Yes.
However, I will say that basically the reason I was laughing is because the amount of damages that she's legally allowed to pursue for copyright infringement of that 10-second clip is almost nothing compared to how much it would cost to sue me. She would be putting a second mortgage on that pink house to afford it. That's if she wins. However, if she loses, which is very likely, it would be incredibly easy for me to prove that her takedown was malicious, which means I can countersue for my lawyer fees, and that won't be cheap for her. So let me be very clear
GG.
when I say that if
GG.
somebody
She's
were to put me
finished.
through a massive waste of time lawsuit like that and didn't have the liquid cash to pay for it, I would be brutal in trying to seize every single piece of property that they value until the fees were paid. I very much believe in the fuck around and find out policy, and if you want to get so pissy about someone criticizing your pink hair that you turn it into a legal battle, then I'll make sure that you understand why it's a stupid idea to file a lawsuit against somebody because your feelings got hurt. Because
Ooh.
once you stop being emotional about this, you're going to realize how financially stupid this was for you. Now, as for what's happened so far legally, I filed a counterclaim and she backed down. Probably because she doesn't have a lawyer or any actual understanding of how the law works, and she doesn't want to lose a lawsuit. Actually, just for laughs, let's go over how I know she doesn't have a lawyer. For starters, she said, a person at YouTube told me it was copyright infringement, instead of saying something like, my lawyer said it was copyright infringement. Not to mention that
she's
YouTube
dumb.
purposefully does not take a legal stance on these issues because they don't want to be held liable, so
GG.
Courtney was probably talking to a secretary or an AI chatbot that she thought was a human. Now, let me further emphasize how stupid it is to not consult legal counsel for stuff like this, because Courtney 100% does not know how to shut the fuck up, which, as the defendant, personally, I love. So after she made that post telling everyone to mass flag my channel, she made a YouTube community post talking about my video where people were happy to confirm that they were mass flagging my video that broke no rules, which again, violates YouTube's community guidelines. Here's evidence of that. The great thing about this post is that it helps my case for fair use. Her calling me alt-right and transphobic is a public admission that our viewpoints are diametrically opposed. Thanks, Courtney. That'll make it much easier to argue in a court of law that my commentary is transformative and fair use.
Bro, I love she writes, but I love how I'm trying to cancel them when they've made 2 videos calling me out by name, and I haven't done anything but file a valid report. Lol. Seems like the only one thing to profit from being a victim is them. Bro, she's delusional. They are saying the truth in your face, bro. They have the statistics that COVID isn't dangerous anymore. Yet you say on your videos that it's still dangerous and that you need to wear a mask every time. You're delusional, woman. You're delusional. Get some cats in your house. Maybe you'll get better. Jesus.
Because I'm arguing a viewpoint that opposes yours. The great part is that she deleted this post. Another indicator that she doesn't have a lawyer, because deleting evidence like that is called spoliation, and there are penalties for that in court. I mean, she'd have to be an idiot to think I didn't save it. Speaking of, Courtney had no problem running her mouth all over the comment section of that post, and it would be a damn shame if somebody read through every single public comment she made and archived them. I mean, she was super arrogant about how knowledgeable she is about copyright law and how she has some sort of connections at YouTube. I guess it didn't work that well because my video is back up. Here's a comment that says, they're weird as hell for getting upset over this. Even if it is fair use as some people claim, you have a right to not be in a video if you don't want to. There they go misgendering me again. I'm not a they them. And no, she doesn't have the right to not be criticized. Courtney is an influencer, and because she posts herself in the public square, people are allowed to comment on her. If you don't want people commenting on you, then don't post stuff on the internet. Courtney responds by...
exactly, bro. Like, come on, you post it on the internet. Other people can use that footage, bro, easily.
agreeing and saying that...
Like, why are you crying about this?
Transphobic...
Alright, yeah, she's delusional, sorry.
Comments make a video not fair use? What? Did I read that right? Here's a comment where she's openly acknowledging that she told her followers to go harass me and how much she appreciates them doing that. And last but not least, you could use this comment to argue that the reason that she struck the video is because of the criticism and not because any copyright infringement was committed. Let me just emphasize that we have a ton of evidence that Courtney filed that strike in bad faith. And just as a reminder for those of you who haven't seen the video that she tried to silence that's called Why the LGBT Movement is Failing, note that video was primarily about predators like Lily Tino filming in the Disneyland bathrooms with children.
Bro, I have seen this video where they talk about this situation. Bro, this dude needs to get the fuck out of that bathroom. Like, they need to arrest him and put it in the fucking male prison. Like, this is crazy, bro. There was a child in the background of this photo. Yet, you are in that girl's bathroom, bro. What the fuck? How is this legal, bro? In Latvia, in my country, bro, if somebody see a dude in the girl's bathroom, they beat the shit out of him, bro. Because they know they are 100% pedophiles. Like this guy, bro. Like this guy. What the fuck, bro?
children present, advertising OnlyFans on a page that features Miss Rachel parody content intended for kids, and going into restaurants trying to get people fired in an attempt to go viral on TikTok, as well as there being a
Yes, another self-centered brat person. Jesus.
Fired in an attempt.
And if you're literally advocating to do mayhem in a restaurant, they have full law to kick you out from there, bro, because you are doing the mess. You're bothering other guests, bro.
To go viral on TikTok, as well as there being a crazy mom in that video giving her kid medicine that will permanently sterilize him at 13 years old.
What? Okay, I heard that. Okay, look at the haircut. Look at her haircut. She isn't right in her mind with this haircut. That's why this is happening, bro.
Dr. Olson
Mentally ill people
had a decision,
You are in the perfect place to start on blockers.
and she promises to begin giving her estrogen, female hormones, in 2 years.
Around 13. That's what I think. You're not going to wait until 16 to start. You know that, okay?
Who's the bad person here? Courtney is literally.
The bad persons are those who use their children or other children to push their viewpoints or push their ideologies. That's the problem. That's the problem. Those people are narcissists. They don't think about children, and they don't give a fuck about children. Actually, they just use them for the clout, for the point of view pushing, bro.
Literally defending child predators.
It's so easy to see this. I don't know how other people cannot see this. It's crazy.
I'm the hateful one because I spent 20 seconds in a video saying I don't like her pink hair and I think she's annoying. Everybody is tired of people like this. Everybody is tired of adults like this who behave like 5-year-olds,
This is
wagging their
pissing me
fingers
off,
and telling
bro.
everyone what to do.
POV, you stop living the life you thought a proper adult should and start living for what brings your inner child joy.
This is what I mean. Everyone catered to me.
This is what a proper adult can look like too. Bright hair, colorful clothes, tattoos, plushies and all. There's no right or wrong way to be an adult, and the biggie life ain't for us, ain't for all of us. Friends, plus life is way too dang short to live it for someone else's narrow ideals. I've spent way too much of my life hiding my autistic traits and interests at great expense to my health and happiness. It's been freeing to be unapologetic myself the last 3 years. Unapologetically myself. Bro, you know what? I think she's faking it. I think she's faking it for the clout too, man. She went to college 4 years. She probably learned something about content creation, how to get people to watch your content. And this is what she figured out. I will be autistic, I will have ADHD, I will have all these mentally problems so that people come and watch and follow me, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy. I think she's like, that's my opinion. If you have other opinion, that's alright, but that's my opinion and my opinion only.
Because
That's
I'm a
all.
child. I'm afraid of COVID, so here's this drawing I made to call you a piece of shit for not wearing a mask.
Internationally spreading a deadly disease is very colonizer. Okay. I see this. This is... Ой, блядь. You know, if there would be Black Lives Matter, right? She would write not colonizer, because colonizer right now it's on trend to call a white person colonizers or something, right? This is on trend. This is like modern. This is what's happening right now, right? But if it will be Black Lives Matter, right? Black Lives Matter. She will intentionally spreading a deadly disease in is very anti Black Lives Matter of you. She would use that word, bro. She would use the aspect of what's happening to push this narrative onto other people, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy, bro.
You know, if you're a 28-year-old who has Peter Pan syndrome and want to play with children's toys, eat the diet
28 and she's playing toys! Man!
You know, if you're a 28-year-old who has Peter Pan syndrome and want to play with children,
No, man! Why? Why is this happening to people, bro? Can't we like wind the years back? Come on, guys, bro. What's happening today? What's happening modern days, bro? The adults are acting like childs, and childs nowadays are acting like adults. What is happening, bro?
children's toys, eat the diet of a kindergartner, and live inside
Exclusively eats junk food and calls it safe food. Bro,
of your obnoxiously pink house that I'm sure your husband is only pretending to like because he's afraid of you.
yes, 100%, bro. 100%. He's literally afraid of you. Bro, you cannot imagine what these kind of girls can do to you. Bro, you get in a relationship with her. Okay, 1-2 months, it's alright, bro. But then the other side just comes out and they're just evil. They're just evil, bro. They're afraid of you. The husband is afraid of you, bro. Like, they're evil. In their mind, they're evil. Probably in the early days, they have some kind of maybe school bullying or some kind of family issue, right? And it's unresolved. And now when they get older and older, they want to push this aggressive vibes to the person, to the partner, what they're living with, because that is unresolved and they don't know how to show it. That is what is this. That is what is this, bro.
Then go ahead. It's America.
It's crazy.
Live how you want to live in private. But the minute you start bringing your childish bullshit around me is the minute that I start caring. And the minute you start pretending to be a victim as an excuse to treat people like shit is
Exactly, bro. Like, how possibly can we see you as a victim while you are aggressively and psychologically pushing your own narratives to the little children who can be easily manipulated? And you know that, and she knows that, and she knows that, and she uses it. 100% she knows that. That's just crazy, bro.
the minute I have a problem.
And that's not even considering the larger community of all disabled folks who also experience chronic
Fuck off! All disabled folks hates you! Fuck off, bro!
stress and dysregulation from unmet accessibility needs and living in disabled bodies in a disability hostile world.
Right, we live in a disability hostile world where we have a ton of accommodations and legislation to help disabled people, as well as economic supports for people who are unable to work.
Bro, right? Right? Bro, even in Europe, you get payments for disability because the government cares about you. Not like, bro, what is she saying,
This chick
bro?
should check out World War II Germany if she wants to see a government that's hostile towards disabled people. But ultimately,
Yes. Go on, bro. I will buy you a ticket and one-way train to the fucking Third Reich, and we will see how they treated disabled people. I mean, we'll see, bro.
this line of messaging is not
This is crazy to say in modern days that they don't do anything about disabled people. They do. They have representatives that represent the disabled people to the government to see what can do, bro.
helpful to the people
Like,
that she
how
claims to
dumb
be
can you
advocating
be? How dumb can you be, bro?
for, which is typical of activism.
This video, bro, this girl is actually pissing me
And
off.
I get tired of people who have made it their life's
First time, bro. First time I'm watching some kind of reaction video and it's actually pissing me off.
mission to infect others with philosophy
dumb
that
people
turns them
can
into
be.
useless victims.
And as someone who's black myself and has observed a lot of the mindsets that permeate within the black community, I think the one thing that's holding a lot of us back is the victimhood mentality. I've never been a fan of any group of people looking at me and saying, poor you because of this and that.
Right, this victim mindset is rampant in a lot of communities, and it's not helpful to anyone because it just demoralizes them into achieving far less than their potential.
Exactly, bro. That is exactly what I thought right now. Like, if someone is like victim, right, and they are like, oh, poor you, oh, I'm so sorry about you, oh, this and that, bro. they stay in that bubble of self like I don't know how to phrase this, like self awareness, right? That they get these sorries, they get these like how horrible, how this victim, right? They stay in this bubble and they don't achieve bigger dreams because of it. It's just crazy. Like if you have shit life, bro, fix it. Fix your life. If you have shit life, fix it. It's your own life. Take control. Take the wheel, bro.
Usually that
Victimization, bro. Go in Africa and see Christians. Go in Gaza, bro. They need victimizations. They need sorries, bro. Because they have much harder life than you, bro. And she, bro, cannot, bro.
Demanding stuff from everyone that they could have just gotten for themselves. What's worse in Courtney's case, though, is that not only will she tell disabled people to avoid assimilating into normal society as much as they're able to,
Crazy,
but also she'll
bro.
tell them to self-diagnose mental disabilities, which is just the worst health advice. And
Bro, self-diagnose is like, I think like 90% false, bro. Because they just, bro, I can easily create an internet, right? Nowadays I can bro, through AI I can easily create create me a website where you can diagnose ADHD, and AI or a human or AI who is not professional doctor, who doesn't know the things from A to Z, he can fuck up. You answer the questions, right? And it says you're ADHD. You go to your doctor and he says that you don't have ADHD. Because the internet is lying to you, bro.
apparently, this is an
It's like 90% false.
entire trend on TikTok.
We've seen the rise of self-diagnosed mental illness. The term neurodivergent went mainstream, which mostly referred to autism and ADHD, and it gained traction on platforms like TikTok, where users self-diagnosed and demanded accommodation.
Yeah, that's the craziest part, bro. Thank God somebody's speaking about it. Thank God. Bro, they diagnose with these mental issues, and they film, oh, I have autism, I have ADHD, and they put it on the TikTok or YouTube, right? To get oh my God, I'm sorry that you have this, or something. Like, they want to feel like a victim. They want to be in the center of everything, bro. It's crazy.
For these conditions,
It's crazy.
like workplace flexibility, using their conditions as an excuse to shrug off adulthood and evade responsibility in
Yeah, they don't have a responsibility. That's right. 100%. They don't take responsibility to anything they don't want to do. That's why I call them kids, bro. Because they don't have a responsibility of any sorts. Bro, if they do some kind of crash or something, I say you dead, bro. She would say that other person did the crash.
so many cases.
She will downplay it.
People started collecting labels like they
bro.
were personality points: non-binary, disabled, neurodivergent, polyamorous, and became offended if others didn't properly adhere to them.
Right, taking pride in how mentally ill you are is the smart thing to do,
Dumb as shit.
instead of getting accurate diagnoses and professional help. All TikTok is doing in this respect is making people friendless and unlikable, without giving them any perspective as to why people outside of the internet don't want to be around them.
You seemed really standoffish at first.
Gee, why would
What? What did I see?
internet don't want to be around them?
You seemed
You seem really standoffish at
really standoffish at first.
Gee,
Bro, why is this movement, bro? Why is she doing this movement, bro? It's crazy.
why would people see you like that? Well, maybe it's
Bro, no wonder these people are not likable, bro. You're acting like a child.
because half
You
of
can't,
your
bro. I could not have conversation like adults with her. I cannot,
videos
bro.
are you telling people why they can't live how they want.
The only thing she would be saying, mental illness, bro.
What?
How about life?
Because it offends
How about where you work?
you, followed by using being slightly autistic or non-binary as a shield against criticism.
Exactly. And these people know, how to use it. Exactly.
Like, it's funny how you have
Bro, if I would have started a new YouTube channel or TikTok, I would write transgender, non-binary, ginger who plays, bro, and I wouldn't get any criticism because I'm in the so-called LGBTQ community.
perpetual
They're fucking up the image of it. These people are fucking up the LGBTQ image.
victims like Courtney, but then you have people like Ricky Berwick who doesn't give a shit and can
Yes, this guy is fucking legend. He has this ability and he's fun. Bro, you can watch his content. He's funny too, bro.
eloquently say things like, I'm
Bro, he uses this ability to make people smile, to have positive aura right around him. Not like this girl who shames you because of it, who shames you you're not wearing a mask, shames you you're not using the correct pronouns, bro. What world are we living in, bro?
Canadian, you retard. It's weird how basically everyone I've known who has a disability
I believe this photo suggests that both Rick and Sydney Sweeney are MAGA. I'm Canadian, you fucking
in
retard.
real life
Bro, reply what, bro, the best reply from this guy.
doesn't feel the need to make it their entire personality and really just wants to be treated as if they weren't disabled. But then you have people like Courtney who are out here ordering everyone around, calling people evil eugenicists for not complying with her demands. People like Courtney are doing a disservice to everyone who needs help or accommodations to survive.
Fireworks suck because they scare autistic and neurodivergent people too. 4th of July.
Oh my god. Okay, guys. I know why she is fucking crazy. I know. She imagines her imaginary friends that she is in the circle, and she talks and she edits so that she thinks that there are people, bro. She imagined that there's people talking.
Is a racist holiday that
Look! She's acting like they're real people, but actually there's just sofa.
only celebrates the freedom of a select few.
Okay, not only do we have to wear a mask everywhere, but now fireworks are bad because they offend autistic people?
Ginger, calm down. Bro! Guys, the end is coming. The world end is coming. If one of these people get in the government, we're fucked. We're actually fucked.
The 4th of July is racist? I have to mask every day, but you can't wear earplugs for a few hours once a year? You see what I mean? Literally doing everything in her power to make everyone hate autistic people. And all irony is completely lost on her, as she is a Korean who complains about bullshit like
4th of July is a racist holiday. Bro, same bro, like... Let me check. 4th of July. What is 4th of July? United States Independence Day, bro. And she wants to replace it as a racist holiday. Bro, if she thinks that the country's Independence Day should be replaced as a racist holiday, that means that every country needs to do it. Every country needs to do this shit, bro. It's crazy to... Okay, so now we can't celebrate our country's independence. Nice.
Halloween cultural appropriation,
Bro,
as
love
she
it.
dresses like an anime character from Japan. So everyone's done with this. Elon bought Twitter and
She calls 4th of July racist because the fireworks scare neurodivergent and autistic people. Bro! Okay, bro! Then they should be too in my country, bro. But it won't gonna happen because you know why? Because we have sane people in this country. Sane! With brains! With a mind!
stop banning people for
Crazy,
criticizing these
bro.
professional victims, and because of that, all of the other social media sites had to stop doing that to compete. So, Courtney, maybe it's time to learn how to ignore criticism that you don't like, or respond to it in the coliseum of ideas, instead of using the typical radical leftist below-the-belt cancel culture tactics. Because those don't work anymore. Anyway, thanks for watching. Follow me on Twitter, and I'll see you in the next video.
Bro, damn. I want to show you something, bro. Maybe you saw it. Where is she? Bro,
A bullshit
look at her, right? She's looking like... You know what I mean, guys? You know, right, guys, right? You know what I mean, right, guys? I don't know, right? But I will show you a picture where she was before. What happened to this beautiful lady? What happened? Did the Satan himself went into her soul and changed her? What the fuck? She's beautiful. She's princess in this photo. And yet she chose to have this lifestyle where she looks like anime wannabe, bro.
And all irony is
like this. I will tell you why. It's all because to get the children's attention. You get children's attention, you manipulate them with your own content, and there you have radical leftist children. It's so simple, bro. It's so simple. Yet people don't understand this. Bro, crazy. Bro, guys, I will drop the link here. Drop a light to this guy, bro. This guy is legend for letting the world know, what the fuck actually is happening, bro. It's crazy. Bro, that's crazy. Like, damn, this is the first reaction video I got so pissed off of nonsense. It's really saddening me. Really. First time I getting this pissed of a video. Man. Crazy. Bro, I will subscribe to him even, bro. He deserves a subscription, bro. Bro. I have no words. I have told everything what was on my mind, and that's all. I have no words anymore. So, what do I do now? I go outside now. Yes? So, thank you guys for watching my stream. I hope you're gonna have blessed day till Friday. Friday we're gonna have 6-hour stream, and I hope I will download the right games so that they run right, and we will have a very interesting night. 6-hour stream, horror games. I think we will play like 4 horror games you can play through 6 hours, yeah, and one reaction video maybe at the end, you know, like always when I eat. That's good. So thank you all for watching. Have a blessed day. Remember, I love you all. I love you all for seeing me, for asking me how I'm doing, and let's say that I love you guys too. So much love from the ginger who loves you, who plays, and see you guys at the Friday stream. See ya, man. Bye bye.